Shanghai, China, episode 6. I uploaded episode 5 last night, but having trouble uploading the audio version of the audio and the video seems to be missing when I upload it to YouTube, so try to get that to you. Um, Today was extremely busy at the office, but it turned a lot better when I left the office around 6 p.m. I was invited by two female coworkers to attend a hatha yoga session here in Shanghai. And those of you know me know that I'm into Bikram yoga at home, and so I thought it was a cool opportunity to kind of get to experience a yoga class here in China. I don't know hatha yoga. This was the first experience with that. I showed up at the studio and walked in, and there were basically 25 young Chinese girls, Chinese instructor, woman, and me, the Western guy. So, yeah, I didn't stick out at all. The one thing, I knew it would be challenging, just, kind of learning the new experience and being out of my bearings, being here and going to the session. But one thing I didn't think about was the fact that, this class would be all in Chinese. And even in Bikram, Bikram's the same, like 28 or so poses every single time, no matter where you do Bikram. But still kind of need to listen to the instructor and be within yourself, but hear the instructions throughout the class. And it was nothing to latch onto. So I'm learning a new yoga class, and it's all about, I had to watch what was going on. There were no words, there was no English words from start to finish in the class. And actually, as I was looking around, the instructor was probably giving, you had to have your eyes closed for a lot of the poses. You were expected to, and my eyes were all I had to sort of follow what was going on. So, at times I would have my eyes closed, and then I'd cheat and kind of do this, and make sure I was not stuck in the last pose. Everyone else was moving on. But it's very much similar to Bikram in that we did a tree pose, sort of a version of triangle pose, and awkward pose, which awkward pose in Bikram is, definitely a challenging balancing pose in itself, and this was a really hard version of that, so it's probably the height of the class. The most intriguing part of it was there was the final pose was sort of a savasana. Those of you who know Bikram, sort of a corpse pose, just laying motionless, eyes closed, being still. They turn the lights off. So it's almost pitch dark in this room, and the instructor was just speaking very low and very, very pointedly in Chinese, and it was almost mesmerizing to me. And then the two coworkers and I went to a nice dinner afterwards. It was a really nice night. I learned something new. A lot of new things, a lot of new Chinese tonight, a lot of new things about the culture. But one thing that was interesting that I didn't know is, even though just about everyone in the country is restricted to having one child in their family, if you are an only child and let's say your wife is an only child, then you are actually allowed to have two children. So, interesting. I just didn't know that. It's been a really busy week, increasing in intensity. I think it's going to just continue this way. The days go by so quickly, even though every 5 minutes you're doing 10 things. And even though I'm enjoying Shanghai in the most incredible way, I'm that much enamored with the thought of getting home to some familiar territory and my friends. And yeah, so it should be nice. It's Tuesday night here, and I'll be home Friday morning. So I guess one more thing I wanted to mention that was of interest today. There's a beautiful park out front that Rob, my boss, and I walk to work through every morning. And episode 4, you can see the park. But there's just sort of a low bustle of some people walking to work, but most of the people in the park are there early in the morning to practice Tai Chi and just kind of out walking in the morning. But one guy that I saw, obviously he was walking to work, he had a briefcase, about a 50-some-year-old Chinese man. Something different about him. He was walking to work backwards. And I'm not just talking for 10 or 20 feet, walking backwards. He, as far as I could see him, was walking backwards through the entire length of the park with his briefcase. And this morning, David, one of our other coworkers, joined us on the walk, staying here at the hotel. And he saw this too, and I was taken aback by it. And he said that he had heard something about this, that some of the middle-aged or older Chinese folk feel that they've walked through their life forward for years, and that they can actually unwind some of that by, proceeding to walk backwards a lot, kind of rewinding what time has done. It's intriguing, huh? Anyway, I guess that's it for this vlog, and I'm enjoying some wine right now. It's actually a Chinese wine. It's a red dry wine called Shanghai, and it's quite tasty. Didn't know the Chinese can make good wine. Good on. See, y'all want to get home.